Championship Wrestling, bringing you great wrestling action, sanctioned by the NWA, National Wrestling Alliance.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to World Championship Wrestling. I'm Tony Schiavone, along with David Crockett. We welcome you back to the very best in wrestling, the NWA. And right off the bat, we have to tell you, once again, Nature Boy Ric Flair is the heavyweight champion of the world. He defeated the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, just last week in St. Louis. However, David, 2 days prior to that, a match took place between Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair in Kansas City, and that had a great impact on that match in St. Louis.
That's correct, Tony, and we're going to show you fans exactly what took place in that match.
And also, we can tell you at this time, for the U.S. heavyweight title, the best of 7, it's all knotted up at 3 apiece between Magnum and Nikita.
That is great, and fans, we've got footage of that match, too.
Okay, let's bring in our special guest host.
You got me, and wait a minute, David, you look like a bullfrog today, and let me just say one thing, Dusty Rhodes, today we're going to take a look at the latest confrontation between Dusty Rhodes and my man Big Bubba back here, and let me just say this to you, Rhodes, it's too late. You blew it. You can't apologize. You can't come crawling on your hands and knees to me and beg forgiveness, because now, after what you did to Bubba, he's out for you, and when he lays his hands on you, Dusty Rhodes, it's going to be the worst thing that ever happened to you in your entire life. Forget about Kansas City, St. Louis, or anywhere else you ever been.
Also today here, fans, the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, and many other top stars. Let's go right to the ring.
All right, in the ring now, Kansas Jayhawkers against George South and Bill Mulkey.
Kansas Jayhawks, who certainly have come in here to the NWA looking really right at the Midnight Express and Jim Cornette.
Well, they can look as long as they don't touch, Tony. That's the moral of that story, because the Kansas Jayhawks, they're going to be fine as long as they stay right in that ring with George Souths and Bill Mulkeys and characters like that. But when they take on the Midnight Express, that's where they're going to find real trouble. Like I said, we'll turn the Jayhawks into chicken hawks.
The Hangman, Bobby Jaggers, David.
Nice move. He grabs that leg, makes that tag.
Why is
Dutch
this
Mantell.
guy's name the Hangman, huh? Has anybody...
You'll find out.
Yeah, I'll find out.
Backs him in. Here he goes
I'd
across.
like to find out who he's ever hung.
Nice elbow. Drives that knee right into the back. Makes the tag. Good teamwork right now.
Jaggers, that looked like a little bit of a low boot there, but I'm not too sure. The referee didn't call it. Shoots George South into the ropes, catches him with a big elbow. These guys use elbows very efficiently. I got to say that. A lot of elbows. Big slam on George South. And here it comes again. I tell you, David, the big elbow.
That is correct. Staying with him, though. Keeping close to his man.
And they tag in and out very quickly as Dirty Dutch Mantell is in.
Well, who have you seen tag in and out quickly before? The Midnight Express.
Yeah, you're right.
Hard fist to the head. Bill Mulkey again makes that tag to Jaggers.
Well, they're cranking up. I got to say, Mulkey and South, they haven't really had a chance to get on court so far today, because the Jayhawks have been dominating right from the open. Another elbow, driving the elbow down in a different position on the throat area. They drop them, they drive them, they use them standing, laying down, makes no difference. These guys, and I think Jaggers, as a matter of fact, has the more effective elbow, but they seem to be hung up on elbows.
Good high backdrop.
Well, when you have something that's a great weapon, then I guess you should stick with it, which is what they've been doing.
Fist to the back of the neck. Makes the tag, holds him though.
Well, all I've got to say to that is they're going to need some great weapons, Tony.
Hard slam, tagging in and out.
I tell
Always
you,
keeping that fresh man in.
they've come to the right place when they're looking for the best in tag team competition, and I really think they're going to make quite a name for themselves.
Well, regardless of seeing what that name is going to be, but I'll tell you one thing, Jaggers and maybe Mantell too, you know, maybe they've been taking pointers from Dusty Rhodes and the bionic elbow, and Rhodes heat-seeking missile in that elbow pad of his when he gets in the ring with Big Bubba.
What a great move, David, by Mantell.
It was. Here comes Jaggers. Elbow again across that chest. Drives it through him. Picks him up, makes that tag. Driving the foot in the midsection. Has him, what's he gonna do? Fist the back of the neck.
They're just beating Mulkey up. That's all there is to it.
That
They're
they
not
are.
giving him a chance.
Here he goes. Across.
Boot to the midsection, puts him down, grabs him by the foot, drags him over in the corner. They're keeping the man in the corner. Jaggers comes in now, picks him up. He's going for a full slam. Wait a minute, got him up in a power slam position.
What are you gonna do?
Shoulder breaker.
him up.
That's right.
Pull him right up.
Why would the guy want to pull somebody up like that? That's not sportsmanlike at all. You've never seen the Midnight Express doing something like that.
No, not in the last 5 matches, I guess.
Catches him in a bear hug. Jaggers is on the top rope. Clotheslines him right out of the bear hug.
He hit hard on the mat.
And that's it for Mr. Melky. Well, you want to talk about clotheslines. Another name for him is Sickles. And here's 3 men right here that are experts at it. The Russians, Ivan and Nikita Koloff, Crusher Khrushchev.
That's right, Jim. Correct. First of all, Dick Murdoch, don't you be running your mouth off about us Russians, or you're going to have to deal with us. Like we're going to deal with Dusty Rhodes and these Road Warriors for that World Cup. In fact, Dusty Rhodes, you've already lost 1 World Cup. I think it's about time to lose your second, and you will. Isn't that right, Ivan?
You know, I'm sure this Magnum TA is very proud of the fact that he has tied up the best of 7 series for United States heavyweight title 3-3. But Magnum TA, there was a lot of injustice in this match. First of all, I was barred from the arena. I was not allowed to be there. Nephew Nikita informs me at one point in the match, he was awarded the belt. Got the fall on you, only to have another official come down and say Magnum TA's foot was on the rope. And to continue the match, but they failed to tell Nephew Nikita that. No, Magnum TA, you attacked him from behind and got the fall on him. That is why we went to the NWA, and we have demanded, insisted on getting an impartial official. Yes, and tonight in Philadelphia, we have got this in Bob Geigel. Because before, he showed that he calls things as he sees them. And we know that we are going to get justice tonight, and Nephew Nikita will be United States heavyweight champion. So you see, Magnum TA, it is over for you. For Nephew Nikita, there is no stopping him from becoming United States heavyweight champion.
Magnum TA, you got a lot of guts, Magnum TA. You down 3-0, and now it's 3-3. Well, it no matter to Nikita how you win those 3 matches. But tonight in Philadelphia, they're going to be USA champion. It's going to be Nikita Koloff, or it's going to be Magnum TA. But Nikita, no, it's not going to be you, Magnum TA. Going to be many phone calls all over the world, Magnum TA. You know what they're going to say? You hear what happened in Philadelphia? People are going to say, no, what happened? They're going to say, Magnum TA, he lose USA title to Russian Nightmare. They're going to say, you kidding? No, where Magnum TA now? Well, I don't know. No, see him. Magnum TA, tonight, you going to crawl in the hole, and Nikita going to kick the dirt on top of you.
And we'll be back with more World Championship Wrestling right after this.
Back with the now World Championship Wrestling. Let's bring in handsome Jimmy, the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant.
Tony, I'd like to make a statement to you and to all these nice people right here today, and to the millions of people that this superstation is going into seeing the Boogeyman right here. Now, I went over and over this in my mind. I can't live with this thing, Tony, and I'm gonna state this statement right now. If I don't beat Paul Jones and shave his head before this year is up, then I will quit the thing that I love best, professional wrestling. The only thing that I have ever done in my whole life. Now, Tony, I don't know even if this could be possible because Paul Jones is avoiding me. I do not have a match with him. It's a very short time, just 2 or 3 months till the year is up. Do you understand? I don't even know if Paul Jones will give me a match. But if I don't beat you, Paul Jones, if I don't shave your head, Paul Jones, I will quit professional wrestling.
Jimmy, the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant. Fans, we're ready with more action, and let's go to the ring.
Crenshaw. Oh.
Here are the guys that couldn't beat the Midnight Express and win the World Tag Team title. Here they are, right now, the Road Warriors.
Look at Animal. Watch him. Picks him up, presses him over his head, just drops him.
Okay, David, I would be a fool to admit that these guys aren't, not to admit that these guys are impressive. They're big, they're strong, and they're beating a fool out of Pablo Crenshaw and Tommy Pittman. But they do have their limitations. The Four Horsemen proved that when they left them laying right here in the studio. The Midnight Express proved that when they got in the ring and defended the belts against the Road Warriors, and they couldn't
What a
take it.
clothesline. Hawk puts
But
him
he
down
did
with the
take Tommy
clothesline
Pittman.
and has him. Your winner, the Mighty Road Warriors.
It's getting tougher and tougher. World Championship Wrestling. Here's one of them right now. Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch.
Well, thank you, Tony. You know, where else could you see such awesome teams as the Road Warriors? And I hate to admit it, but Jim Cornette and his Midnight Express Rock and Roll, and such great talent as Wahoo, Dusty Rhodes, Magnum TA, Tully Blanchard. Hey, the list goes on. Well, Jim Crockett Promotions, the greatest array of talent in the world today in professional wrestling. And I'll tell you what, it's just great to be a part of it. You know, speaking of Ric Flair, tomorrow in one of my favorite towns, Huntington, West Virginia, at 2 o'clock, Flair, you bring the gold strap because we're going to see how much man you are. We're going to see exactly how tough it is. I know he's a great champion, a great competitor. He's been a very, very great athlete to his life. But I'll guarantee you what, Ric Flair, you're going up against a man that's had a few years of experience. And I'm no slouch when it comes to duking it out. We're going to see what we can do tomorrow.
Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch. Fans, more action right after this timeout.
Tony, like you said, Ric Flair won the World's Heavyweight Championship in St. Louis, but it started several days earlier in Kansas City.
2 days before that, it was Dusty Rhodes, Nature Boy Ric Flair for the World Heavyweight title in Kansas City. However, two other men were there, and we're talking about James J. Dillon and Tully Blanchard. Now, before the match started, Tully came up, got the microphone, and said, I want to take on the winner of the match. But we all said he's there for something more just than that. Now we're taking a look at the match between Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair in Kansas City. And notice how Ric Flair goes right to work on that leg of Dusty Rhodes.
On the leg that he broke.
Less than a year ago, as a matter of fact. You know, we all thought Dusty would never come back to wrestle again. And there's the clothesline, the lariat for the pin of Ric Flair, and Dusty retains the title.
Now, ladies and pay close attention. You see JJ, he's coming in, yelling and screaming.
Claiming the foot was over the ropes. Dusty Rhodes is still the World Heavyweight Champion, winning the decision with that great lariat of his. And look at JJ. Now we're going to see right at your screen.
Look at it. Look at that chair. Now what? Listen to it. Tully pounding away with that chair, breaking the chair on Dusty's leg. Stomping away now. Look at Ric Flair.
Going right to work on Dusty Rhodes. And you know, after that match, David, we mentioned this, Dusty would not admit to it, but that leg was hurt. And he had a lot of pain in that left leg. Now the figure four.
Tony, we know this was planned. Now watch Tully now. It's not enough, not using the chair. Now he goes up on that top rope. Watch him, driving the knee right into Dusty. And JJ standing beside him, cheering him on. Elbow after elbow into the chest of Dusty.
Now remember, this elbow not only hitting Dusty Rhodes, but putting more pressure on the leg. We're here with the national champion, Tully Blanchard, James J. Dillon.
You know, Tony Schiavone, it amazes me that you and David Crockett come out here and talk about planned action. Like the Horsemen sat around some big table and delegated Tully Blanchard to go do this to Dusty Rhodes. You're sadly mistaken. Flair and I went to Kansas City to issue a challenge and buy clothes at Michael's, and that's a simple fact. Now, if you want to say that's the reason Dusty Rhodes lost the World Heavyweight Championship, you say it, because I know Dusty Rhodes wouldn't. Dusty Rhodes is an athlete and a man, and he walked the aisle in St. Louis, and he was the World's Heavyweight Champion, and he fought his butt off. I watched it. On that day, a better man won. Ric Flair, one of the 4 horsemen, my best friend. Now, you people want to take something away, you go right ahead. Dusty Rhodes was the World Heavyweight Champion for the 3rd time. You, David Crockett, wouldn't know what it was like to put a jockstrap on. Now then, the fact of the matter is, what happened in Kansas City is because Tully Blanchard, the National Heavyweight Champion, does not like Dusty Rhodes. Cannot stand the man. Ole Anderson cannot stand the man. Arn Anderson cannot stand the man. And Ric Flair cannot stand the man. That is the reason why the Horsemen are out here and why we are what's happening in professional wrestling. And you can take that to the bank.
Fans, when we come back, we'll take a look at that historic match in St. Louis.
All right, Tony, it's set now. We watch Ric Flair go for that leg. Then we watch Tully Blanchard take that chair. He went straight for the leg, pounded away on it. Flair put the figure 4. And then they wait and go to St. Louis.
St. Louis, one of the greatest matches in the history of wrestling. It's a capacity crowd at the arena in St. Louis as Dusty Rhodes defends the NWA World Heavyweight title against Nature Boy Ric Flair. Remember the pain Dusty Rhodes has suffered at the hands of not only Ric Flair but Tully Blanchard. And we're going to notice as we're well into the match right now, Ric Flair against Dusty Rhodes. We see Flair now going off. Dusty, notice the left leg, David, heavily taped. But that will not stop the athlete Dusty Rhodes at all.
Dusty never saying anything to anyone about that leg. Now watch, Ric Flair takes it, goes for it again, takes a chair.
Right on the leg of Dusty Rhodes. Dusty down on the concrete floor as we take a look once again. Flair going right up towards the rope. Now Dusty in so much pain, could not even get up at this time. And Flair back in the ring. You know, we've mentioned this before. The pain was so severe, Dusty could have laid on the floor, let the 10 count go by and retain the title. But the man he is, he got right back up in the ring, as we'll see in just a few seconds, and continued the match.
That's right. And we talk about the pain. The pain is such that Dusty Rhodes, laying on the floor, does not even try to get up, just rolling around. But the man that he is, he sucks it up. He starts coming up to get back in that ring. He could stay out, take the count, and still be the champion. But no, he rolls back in.
And now what does Flair do? Goes right back to that left leg.
This was planned.
And better believe this is pain. Right up against the ropes, all the way now, down on the leg. Flair, as you can tell, feeling good right here. You know, David, you were there, and it was one of the greatest matches ever.
Oh, yes.
Both men were giving it 100%, as you can see, and Flair evidently with a game plan to stick with that leg and doing exactly what he wants to do.
Dusty in such pain, he couldn't even protect himself there. That leg is limp.
Once again, bottom rope, all the way down. You're talking about all the way putting pressure not only on the ankle but on the knee also. And Flair goes after the leg once again. Still stomping right now. What? He jumps up. Dusty hops right back up. He didn't even think he could walk a second ago. And now all the energy he has, puts it back up, and there's a bionic elbow. Rhodes ready again.
All right, there, that leg stopped him from it.
He gave out. That was the same move, that lariat that won him the match in Kansas City 2 days before.
But now he does it.
Now he goes for the pin, but they're too close to the ropes. There's the leg. Now the referee, Gene Lagan, saw that the leg was on the ropes. Dusty thinking the match is over. And now Gene Lagan says, no, leg on the ropes. Continue the match. Dusty thinking it's over, and Flair goes right to the leg again.
Flipped him from behind. Takes the leg, turns it around, puts that figure 4 on, and he has it locked in, tight.
Magnum TA runs down the ringside. You see him in the bottom of your screen, knowing that Dusty's in tremendous pain right now. Unbearable pain at this time. Trying to encourage the American dream, part of America's Team On.
And the fans behind Dusty, too, at this time.
There's Magnum.
Can he do it? Magnum yelling louder and louder for Dusty to get his shoulders up. He does. He can do it. Watch it. Flair Squeezing tighter and tighter.
David, there's a couple of ways to get out of the figure four. Number one is to go to the ropes. Number two is try to reverse the figure four leg lock. And we're going to take a look right now. Dusty still getting another win, getting more energy. You see his right arm up in the air.
Look at Magnum. Say, come on, you can do it.
Now Dusty right here will try to reverse this figure four leg lock. Here he goes. The fans behind him. He turns it over. And now,
he's got it.
But watch Flair immediately turns it back over. And now Dusty's back in it. Flair grabs the ropes. All of the leverage and all of the force down on Dusty.
It's too much
and the pain was too much. And there's the pin. And there it is. As Magnum comes in to unhook the figure four once again. The heavyweight champion of the world in St. Louis is Nature Boy Ric Flair.
But what a great champion Dusty Rhodes was.
And what a great match that was in St. Louis. And here he is, once again, the heavyweight champion of the world, Nature Boy Ric Flair.
And if you've ever seen me looking finer, I want to know what it was. This is your opportunity to look firsthand at what's happening in the world of professional wrestling. The rightful claimant, the world's heavyweight wrestling champion stands before you. Look at his only a world champion out of look. Now, Tony Schiavone, you said it yourself, Dusty Rhodes, a great champion. He'd have to be a great wrestler and a great champion to represent the National Wrestling Alliance. You see, we don't specialize in rock and roll music. We don't specialize in Hollywood. We specialize in professional wrestling. In other words, if you want to wrestle the Road Warriors, you got to be a man. If you want to wrestle Murdoch, you got to be a man. If you want to wrestle Blanchard, Ole Anderson, Arn Anderson, the Russian, if you want to wrestle the Express, you got to be a man. That's what the National Wrestling Alliance stands for. A bunch of tough men that aren't afraid to walk the line. And you see, Big Dust, even though I don't like you, there's no disrespect in walking the aisle with that bad leg, knowing that you had to face the greatest wrestler alive today. And David Crockett, just like Dan Marino or Jim McMahon would do if there was a quarterback, a slow quarterback out there, he'd be throwing there all day long. I saw Dusty Rhodes, had a bad leg. Not my fault Blanchard did that, but he had a bad leg. I went for it, and here I am to tell you, that I am Slick Rick. I am Space Mountain. And I am the world's heavyweight wrestling champion. And tonight, Atlanta, Georgia, the Omni. Tomorrow, Huntington, Charlotte, North Carolina, Indianapolis. I don't care where it is. There's going to be Linda on my left and JD on my right. But I'm not telling anybody until it's all over with which one of you girls I'm taking home tonight. Woo!
Nature Boy Ric Flair. Fans, we're coming right back. Back with the World Championship Wrestling, the Legion of Doom, and Precious Paul Ellering.
You know, Tony Schiavone, Winston Churchill once said, success is not final and failure is not futile. Well, we stand before the people right now, 30 million strong, and we ask you to judge our success. 3 times Tag Team of the Year, Manager of the Year, winner of the Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup, and many titles too numerous to mention. These 2 men, I put my money up every night that they go in the ring and compare them against any other team in professional wrestling today. And what do you get? You get 1 win for the Legion of Doom and a loss for the opposing team. You never get the best of us, gentlemen. Only the worst. Tell them, Animal. Hey, Green Bay
Wisconsin. It's been a long time, about a year and a half to be exact. The Warriors are coming back to your town with the greatest, the NWA, and the Met Sports Center, Bloomington, Minnesota. It's been a long, long time, and you're all going to see the Warriors and some real wrestling once again. Tell them, brother.
Well, Tony Schiavone, what makes us sick, besides everything, is the Four Horsemen. We will never forget what the Four Horsemen did to us. They will never forget, because we ain't gonna let them. They're riding the edge. And we're the team that when they're teetering on that edge, we're just gonna give them a little shove right over the edge. And that'll be the end of the Four Horsemen. The Warriors are the team that does what they say they're gonna do it, and then we go out and do it in front of your very eyes. No, we're not like everybody else. We're not so worried about titles and belts like everybody else. What's important to us is getting people in the ring and beating them up good.
Tony, when my boys are bad, they're very, very good.
Gracious Paul and Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors. Fans, let's go to the ring.
Superstar Bill Dundee against Vernon Deaton.
There's Superstar.
Well, I'm back, Tony.
Yeah, I noticed that. And there's Charlie Kerfeld for the Houston Astros with us here today.
Big wrestling fan.
Certainly is. You know, we'd like to also say hello before this match is underway to Adam Dobbins, age 5, who's watching along. To Paul Goodson, age 9, and happy 40th anniversary to Mr. and Mrs. Al Thielen of Melrose, Minnesota. All watching on World Championship Wrestling here today.
Tony, what in the world are you saying hello to all these little snotty-nosed brats out here all across America, these little rugrats watching wrestling? And what are you saying hello to football players over there in the corner for? When you could
baseball.
Jim. Baseball foot is all the same to me. When you could be talking about Vernon Deaton right there out on the floor getting slapped around by Nature Boy Buddy Landell, one of my favorite people, and in the ring, Australia's greatest athlete, Billy Superstar Dundee, beating his brains out once he gets thrown back in the ring. That's what you could be talking about.
I want to take this opportunity to wish happy birthday to another individual.
All right.
Captain Redneck, Dick Murdoch.
Captain Redneck, Dick Murdoch.
That's right.
It's his birthday today.
Yes, it is.
Well, if I'd have known that, I'd have got him a cake with some candles on it. About 150 to burn him from here to Kingdom Come. Okay, now back in the ring, we see Bill Dundee with a beautiful hammerlock on Vernon Deaton, keeping him face down to the mat. Dundee, as I've noted before, in addition to the Americanization of his style, he has a kind of a European style of professional wrestling, David Crockett. Buddy, you're looking good. You're looking better than ever today, baby. The Nature Boy. And guys, the Nature Boy would never do anything otherwise than help massage the man's cramped muscle there while he was on the ropes.
Now, I don't think Superstar Bill Dundee needs any help in the ring.
Well, he doesn't. And it's kind of fun sometimes.
Oh, Landell really caught him that time.
Dundee, pound for pound, probably one of the toughest men in professional wrestling. He is one tough guy, and boom, a foot right to the face. Vernon Deaton doesn't know whether to fall down, stand up. He don't know what's coming at him. When you wrestle Dundee or when you fight Dundee, basically it's the same thing.
He pulled him up by the hair that time.
He will throw things at you from every direction. This man can come off the ropes. He can come from the mat. He can do it all. He throws stuff at you from so many different directions you think you're wrestling 5 people.
That left knee down on the arm now. And Deaton, as you can tell, is in a lot of pain from Superstar Bill Dundee.
Well, now you see Dundee, the compassionate man that he has given Deaton a chance to give up. As a matter of fact, he's telling him, go ahead and give up. And Deaton, being the fool that he is too dumb to realize when he's being given a break.
Still working on the left arm. Superstar Dundee, as Landell is still in his corner, cheering him on.
And Dundee's got that one arm hooked back, and he's kicking one arm while he's bringing the other one back.
Superstar wants the man to give up.
You know, there's a very serious possibility of separating the man's sternum, the man's rib cage with a move like that. Spread it right apart.
All right, he takes him now. Here he goes across.
Oh,
He caught him.
great clothesline from Dundee.
That was kind of a clothesline and kind of a big right hand, and he just knocked him on his back. Slams him now. And Vernon's a pretty heavy young man.
Goes up on that top rope.
Goes the top rope, but here he is. The bombs away. Drops with all his weight right on the man's chest. Switches over for the cover. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. A win for Bill Superstar Dundee. And there you see his protege, Nature Boy Buddy Landell.
Fans, as you know, we've talked about it. We've seen it. Nature Boy Ric Flair, the heavyweight champion of the world, defeating Dusty Rhodes in St. Louis. Let's go to an interview. The first interview conducted with Dusty Rhodes since he lost the title. Let's go to the interview at this time.
For Pro Wrestling Illustrated, this is Bill Apter. Today, it's my pleasure, an extreme pleasure, to be doing the very first interview with a man who is 3-time NWA World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, man who defeated Ric Flair in a cage in Greensboro, only to have an ugly incident happen to him in Kansas City where he was attacked by Tully Blanchard, J.J. Dillon, and Ric Flair, only to lose the title back to Ric Flair 2 days later. This is the man with the NWA Championship belt. He's sitting here right now. Dusty Rhodes. Dusty, a leg injury. First thing I must ask you is, how is the leg?
Well, Bill, it's a pleasure to be back and to talk to Bill Apter, a personal friend of mine. When you're down, you always like to talk to your friends, you know, and I didn't want to give any interviews right afterwards because I was hurt physically and emotionally about losing the World Heavyweight title. It meant so much to a great mass of people throughout this country. And Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, represents the National Wrestling Alliance and Jim Crockett Promotions. And it's the major league of wrestling, as you say often, Bill Apter, throughout this country, throughout this world. And I want to tell you about the National Wrestling Alliance. That is like the NFL. It's the big time. And there's a lot of regional champions and a lot of champions that wear belts, and there's a lot of champions that are movie stars and wear belts. This is where you get down and do it. This is where it is survival time. This is the oldest and most coveted sporting title in the world. Nature Boy Ric Flair once again has the World Heavyweight title. Ric Flair beat me in St. Louis, Missouri, and there was nobody that jumped in. There was no outside towel being thrown in. I was defeated. For 3 seconds in my life, I lost something that meant so much to me and my family and the many fans out there. Dusty Rhodes, injury or not, makes no excuses. Ric Flair holds the most coveted sports title in this country, bar none. He wrestles for the National Wrestling Alliance and Jim Crockett Promotions, the biggest worldwide governing body of professional wrestling ever in the history of wrestling. So Dusty Rhodes has to regain the World Heavyweight title. It's very simple. I have to come back and do what I know I can do. And the many fans know that Dusty Rhodes can defeat Ric Flair, the World Heavyweight Champion. Tully Blanchard, Iron Ole, Anderson, J.J. Dillon, the Four Horsemen, took it upon themselves to make 1986 the year that Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, would no longer be in wrestling, that this thing would all be over. Well, that's not going to happen because millions, not thousands, but millions of American people have that same dream Dusty Rhodes has, Bill. That same dream of being somebody, doing something and making some of yourself. The American dream lives. The belt is what dreams are made of. Nature Boy Ric Flair is dreams, his life, his livelihood, his cars, his women, his personal attire is all wrapped around that World Heavyweight title. So now then we have to regroup. Millions of people throughout this country, we have to regroup. Some ain't gonna come back with me, that's fine. Because if you can sit out there in your living room and say for 3 seconds in your lifetime there was nothing ever bad happened to you, then you're lying to yourself. So in 3 seconds, Dusty Rhodes lost the World Heavyweight title. It's history. But let history record this fact, that the American dream lives, each and every one of you. And I'm coming back to get it. And Tully Blanchard, 86 is gonna be the year you personally have no pins to walk on, no wheels to run on. So let it be, Bill Apter, that Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, is back. I feel great. The leg is injured, but it will not keep me from crawling or walking in that ring or arena throughout this country every night. The American Dream is coming back for what belongs to him.
Championship Wrestling, and right now the degenerate members of this studio audience are trying to taunt my good friend Paul Jones, but Paul, all they're doing when they call Bald-Headed Geek is calling Jimmy Valiant.
They're not going to interrupt me. And let me tell you something right now. When I stepped off that Delta plane this morning, I said I smell excitement in the air. Something good is going to happen to me today. And then, let me tell you something about Manny Fernandez first. I offered Manny Fernandez a great deal amount of money to join the Army because I knew that he was unemployed now that since Valiant was defeated. And Manny Fernandez, I think he has more talent than he has brains. But let me tell you something, Manny. You're going to take the money because everybody has his price. And Jimmy Valiant, the bald-headed geek, let me tell you something, Jimmy Valiant. You're finished. You know, the only thing that defeated you and the reason you're a bald-headed geek because you had a dream. And where you failed is you didn't follow through. And I followed through on my dream, and that was shaving your head. And Shaska Watley, the barbarian, T.J. Khan, the great Baron Von Raschke helped me because I, Paul Jones, #1, has friends. And you say you're trying to put something in people's minds around here that they're not going to buy. And that is, you say that I am running from you. It's the other way around. I am here. I am challenging you to get in the ring with me. And I know one thing you didn't tell the people about, and that is Manny Fernandez handcuffed to Shaska Watley. Well, let me tell you something. You think I'm a coward and I won't step in the ring? You're a beating man. All I want to do now is get you down the aisle so everybody can see the bald head shining under the lights, the humiliation, and you get in the ring and I'm going to slap you around, beat you, and kick you like a dog. And one thing more, you got 3 months. You said you will quit wrestling. Well, you might as well quit today because with the Army around me, you'll never get to #1 Paul Jones, and I will have my hair forever.
The Schick match of the week in the ring.
It's Todd Champion, Sam Houston, and the Italian Stallion against Ole and Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard with James J. Dillon, 3 of the 4 Horsemen.
I've been looking forward all week to this one, too, because it should be a great match. A 6-man tag match. Both teams have quickness. Both teams have ability, but I think the experience goes to 3 of the 4 Horsemen. Certainly, especially Ole Anderson in the ring right now against the Italian Stallion. A lot of difference in the experience there, and that's probably going to play a major part in this match.
Goes right for the arm. The Rock, Ole Anderson. Now he makes the tag to Arn. Arn takes the headlock, squeezes it tight.
And you see, obviously, David, one point we got to bring out, Sam Houston, Todd Champion, Italian Stallion, whatever talent they may possess, Ole and Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard are used to being a team. They're used to working together. They've got that teamwork, whereas Champion, Houston, and Stallion, they may not have been in a 6-man tag situation before. That's going to play a major part.
That's true. But there's also a thing you have to think about. Wait a minute, here he comes, off the top rope, right
Houston.
on the arm.
And now firing a right to Arn Anderson's jaw, cranks up on that wrist lock and tags Todd Champion in, the biggest man on that team. And I'll tell you what, Houston, for the fact that I think he's a sap, he's still one of the most exciting young wrestlers in the business today. Every time he gets in that ring, he fires the people up and he fires his opponents up.
Oh, you have to think about this. You mentioned about the team of the Italian Stallion, Sam Houston, and Todd Champion, not wrestling before. All right, that means the Andersons do not know how this tag team works.
Okay, I'll go along with that.
So they have an advantage that way.
That's a point there. That's why you call wrestling physical chess, David Crockett, because there's a point, counterpoint, everything. Every advantage has a disadvantage, and right now Todd Champion's at the disadvantage because Tully Blanchard took him over with, I believe, a fireman's carry, and now a beautiful top wrist lock. And Champion, a quick arm drag, but Tully had backed up, made the tag to Ole Anderson. He waist locks him and takes him down. Now he's riding the man.
That he is. The Minnesota Wrecking Crew. Ole and Arn Anderson.
And you know,
Blanchard, they can wrestle as
they
well as they can fight.
And I was about to mention, David and Tony, you know, Ole Anderson loves this. He loves to get a young guy that hadn't been in wrestling very long. He loves to get him in there right down in the middle of the mat and grind his face in it, rub his nose in it a little bit, ride him around and show him just exactly what a few years of experience will do for you. That's what he's doing to Todd Champion with that sugar hole.
That's right, that sugar is pushing the neck, face all the way down, cutting the the wind and blood off.
It cuts everything off. If you ever
Yes,
been
it
sugared,
does.
David, that'll
Yes,
pop
I
your
have.
ears in a heartbeat. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's not a comfortable position to be in. And now they got it back in no man's land, back in the wrong corner. Stallion made a brave attempt to come over and try to rescue his partner, Todd Champion, but he's just getting beat up and mauled over there in the corner with the Andersons and Tully Blanchard. And there, J.J. Dillon, my colleague down on the floor, he's loving every minute of it, and he should be because his men are looking good.
The World Television Champion, Arn Anderson, drops the knees right across the chest.
Arn, one of the most vicious knee drops in professional wrestling, and now a straight elbow drop
That's
from
for the
Tully
pin.
Blanchard. He's got him covered. He had the man covered, and the referee was out of position. Now Champion uses his size advantage over Tully to back Tully up in the corner, and he and Houston are going at it tooth and nail, and Houston's getting the better of him. Oh, now wait a minute, Houston, you should have stayed over with Blanchard. No, he had to hot dog it. He should have stayed with the man he was getting the better of. He was beating Tully Blanchard's brains out, but no, he's got to go over there and be a hot dog, go in the corner, and now the three of them have just beat him down to the mat.
And
What
here
a
comes
sap.
The Rock. Look at him. Takes that head. Stomps right on the face.
Houston just couldn't leave well enough alone. He got in that corner, and now Ole rammed his face into that turnbuckle, calls for a knee, and gets it. Houston stunned, dazed, crawling around trying to clear his vision, but I don't think he's going to clear anything up. Big slam by Ole. Now that, David, is what you call having an advantage right there, because they've got Houston's eyes crossed. His running lights are out. He doesn't know where he is, and they're tagging in and out on him at will. Arn comes in with a left jab to the ribs, and he's raking his face right straight across that top rope. That'll take the hide off of you in a hurry.
Backs him in. Here he goes. Whips him across. Sam goes up. Inside body block. Up for the pin.
I was surprised. Houston had some presence of mind there.
Yes, he did. But Arn took him over to the corner. And here they come. Tully takes him now.
Breaks those bootlaces across the eyes, and like I've said before, you can't go to that eye machine at the gym. There's no way to toughen those eyes up. They're always a weak spot. And Houston ends up down here on this brand new concrete floor, and Ole's coming out after him. Runs him into that ring post shoulder first. Houston's hurting for certain. The referee trying to keep order. He's still got 4 or 5 guys up there in the ring.
They roll him back in. Now Tully sees him, takes him by the hair, drives the elbow in the back of the neck, takes him again, hard, right hand.
Fans don't go away. World Championship Wrestling will continue right after this short timeout. We'll be right back.
All right, The Rock, Ole's back in. Snapmare takes them over. Makes the tag. Quick move, Todd Champion. Here he comes.
Champion's coming in firing. Ole through Houston so far. He was able to make the tag before Ole could stop him, and Champion came in firing. But now, once again, the 3 of the 4 horsemen, they got that teamwork. They know where each other are and where they're coming from. They bulled him back in the corner, and now look at this. A double gourd buster on Todd Champion. Drove him down to the mat, and that's finished him, I think, for Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard and his partner, Ole Anderson. 3 of the 4 horsemen with James J. Dillon.
Fans, here's a reminder, still to come on World Championship Wrestling. As we said before, for the U.S. heavyweight title, Magnum TA Nikita Koloff, it's all deadlocked 3-3 right now. We're going to take a look at how that 6th match went, because it was an incredible match. We're going to take a look at that also. We're going to talk to Jim Cornette and Big Bubba. They got a lot to say to the former world heavyweight champion, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. This and much more coming up on World Championship Wrestling. Don't you go away. Right now, another match all set to go in the ring.
Well, here he is, the birthday boy. Captain Redneck, Dick Murdoch, one of Dusty Rhodes' beer-drinking, pickup-truck-riding, country music-listening friends. And there he goes on Tony Zane with the Brain Buster.
Oh, me.
He's not going to get up from that.
Well, he got finished before he got started. Captain Redneck, happy birthday to you, Captain. Looks more like Captain Kangaroo standing up there. Get him out of here. And right now, just off an impressive win on the Schick Match of the Week, I want to bring in Ole and Arn Anderson. Guys, you're looking impressive. The team works there. Everything's there as usual.
Just a message today. I want to talk about one person and one person only, and I want to talk about a subject. Dusty Rhodes, you come out here crying the blues. You're talking about the American dream. You talk about it saying everybody, every human being across the face of the earth, if you will just be honest, work hard, be true to yourself, be true to your friends, the American dream can come true for you. Well, that makes me want to puke, Dusty Rhodes, because the American dream is dead for you. You had your one shot at greatness, and you blew it. You're saying you were down for 3 seconds. Well, anybody can get down, Dusty Rhodes. Anybody's got to wrestle that is anybody with a little bit of injury. It's called a gut check. So when you come out here and you say the American dream is alive in everybody, it's something you can reach out and get. What we tell you, Dusty Rhodes, is to be successful, you take that public opinion that you hold so high and you flush it in the toilet. If you want to be successful in this world, you go out and you do like the 4 horsemen do. You take what you want. You be a man, you be a man's man, and you take whatever you want. I wanted the world television title, I took it. Tully Blanchard wanted to be national champion, he took it. The Minnesota Wrecking Crew, well, that speaks for itself. Ric Flair decided his lifestyle was too much. He has to be world champion. It's something that's inbred, it's something that's in his gut. He is the world champion. Now, you talking about American dream, let me finalize it by saying this. And this goes for everybody out there. Anybody wants to be anybody, don't sit around being nice. Don't sit around being honest. Don't sit there with your hands out. If you want to be somebody, you get in the gym, have a little guts, have a little initiative, and you go out and take it, because that's exactly what we've done. And the funny part to us and the horrifying part to you is there's nothing any of you can do about it. That's enough said.
That's it. The Andersons, and we'll be back right after this. Here we are, surrounded by greatness, the World Tag Team Champions, Loverboy Dennis and Beautiful Bobby, the Midnight Express, the greatest team in wrestling. Shut up about the Rock and Roll Express, because they ain't nothing. And Big Bubba right back here. And let me tell you something, Dusty Rhodes, I'm talking right at you. You can forget about every other wrestler in the world, because you proved that you can take on any wrestler. But what about a man that just happens to be the baddest man in the whole wide world? Not a wrestler, just a guy that hates your guts. A guy named Bubba Rogers, who it's too late for you to get down on your knees and apologize to. The latest thing, the latest unprovoked attack by you on this man was the last straw. And we got a VTR tape of that. I want to see it right now and show everybody all over the country what Dusty Rhodes did to seal his fate. Show the tape, come on. He's going to apologize to me, and he's going to apologize to Big Bubba, and he's going to admit that you're ugly, and he's a goof, and we were right all along, and he's going to look in that camera, and he is going to apologize, most importantly, to my mother in Louisville, Kentucky, who has demanded it, and I'm going to get that, and I'm going to get it soon, or else something drastic's going to be done. Now you go back, Fatso, and you tell him that.
Well, listen, Cornette, number one, Dusty doesn't apologize to anyone, let alone you or this clown Bubba Rogers, wherever you got him. And first of all, why do you spit so much when you talk? I thought you were some kind of commentator. You can't even come out here and talk like a decent human being. And let alone, Dusty doesn't apologize to you. He doesn't apologize to this clown. He doesn't apologize to anyone. And since when? Have you ever looked in the mirror recently, Cornette?
Hey, let me just ask you one question. Are you going to tell Dusty Rhodes to apologize to us?
I'm not, because he doesn't.
And Dusty Dusty Rhodes, I want you to remember the sound of that metal chair crashing down on Big Bubba's skull, because that sound is going to haunt you. That sound is going to go through your nightmares, because it didn't faze the man. You've hit him with everything you could hit him with, and you've done nothing to hurt Big Bubba Rogers. But I'll tell you this, forget the title, forget St. Louis, forget Kansas City, and try to forget that pain shooting up your leg, because the baddest day of your life, the worst thing, the heaviest thing that ever happened to you is going to be when Big Bubba Rogers gets his hands around your neck. And then, Dusty Rhodes, you're going to rue the day that you were ever born. Let's go to the ring.
Six-man tag team action.
Get back in here, Schiavone. I'm upset.
I can tell. You know, that was quite a bash on the head.
That was quite a bash on the head, and you see who's standing behind me, Big Bubba Rogers, looking better than ever, because nothing can hurt Bubba Rogers. You can run into him with a Volkswagen, you're going to end up with a dented fender. There is nothing. He's indestructible, he's invulnerable, he's invincible. He's not a wrestler, he's the toughest man in the world, and he is going to beat Dusty Rhodes' brains out just like the Russians are beating up this James Garner's brains right now. And I'm sick and tired of Dusty Rhodes thinking he can take a lethal weapon, something like a metal chair, and go around bashing people in the head anytime he feels like it, because he's lost the title, he's lost everything, and he's going to lose his whole career. He's putting it on the line, get in the ring with Big Bubba. He should have apologized while he had the chance. That multi-million-dollar career, the American dream, is going straight down the tubes as soon as Bubba Rogers gets his hands on him. That big blonde-headed geek.
Look at Nikita. Oh, what a sickle that was.
What an athlete. He looks right into the camera as they make the pin. Don't forget now, it's all tied up 3 apiece between Nikita and Magnum, and you can tell Nikita Koloff is ready for that next match. Oh, what an athlete. Best of 7 series. It was 3-2 in favor of Nikita Koloff. One match had been thrown out. This was the 7th match, and it was all tied up 3-3 after this match was over. A tremendous match. Let's take a look at Magnum TA Nikita Koloff.
Magnum reversed it and did the exact opposite, a vertical suplex.
Come on, Magnum. Everybody wants you. We're with you. Come on. All right. Hit again. Has him in the ropes. Pounding away. Takes Nikita now. Whips him across. Yes.
He's going for the
Crusher. Crusher.
Now, wait a minute. What's he doing? He ought to be concentrating on Nikita.
Where's Nikita?
Pressure's not going to win the match for him.
Wow. Oh, he got not only Magnum, but got Tommy Young. He's on the floor.
The domino principle. Nikita hit Magnum. Magnum got the referee. The referee's out on the floor and a Russian sickle by Nikita.
Magnum is out. He is out. But he's in the ropes, baby. He is out. Now, there's Tommy Young. That could have been a guarantee. His legs out. Referee, Tommy Young. But still, Nikita gave him the sickle. Put him down, put him out. Wait a minute. What's this Sonny Fargo?
Sonny Fargo.
His leg is out. Look at Magnum. His leg is out. His whole leg. Not just one of his whole leg is out.
David, it's Cody Orton who got his leg in.
It seems that Nikita Koloff will be the champion.
Yes. Look at Tommy Young.
Come on.
No. Sonny Fargo must have seen Tommy Young take that spill out of the ring.
But Tommy Young is a victory.
There had to be an official.
There it is, and here we're with Magnum TA along with Baby Doll.
You know, so many months ago, when this conflict between Nikita Koloff and myself started, he said that the Russian nightmare would overcome me, that he would be my greatest nightmare come true. Here I stand today, despite all odds, back 3-3, dead even with Nikita Koloff. Well, Nikita, you can complain about the last match, you can talk about referees, talk about whatever you like. But each and every time we've always seen that some comrade at arms has been by your side, whether it be for support or distraction, it doesn't really matter. But what does matter now, and what you know better than anybody else, is what it feels like to get hit with what I do better than anybody else in the world, and that's the belly-to-belly suplex. I don't claim to be a brawler or a strongman or anything else. Just trying to be the best professional wrestler in the United States today, and that's what that belt's all about. Well, I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of meeting you. I'm tired of getting up every morning thinking about the United States heavyweight title and the USSR, which is what you represent. Well, let me assure you of this. I brought it back. We're starting fresh all over again. And this very weekend, I mean right now, we're going to finish this thing all up. When this weekend's over, it's all going to be settled. When the smoke clears, there'll be a U.S. heavyweight champion. And I think you know deep down inside you that the man standing before you right now is a man that's going to take it all home, bring it home right here, United States of America.
Fans, we're coming right back right after this timeout. The Rock and Roll Express Super Summer Sizzler Tour just concluded. Let's take a look at Miss Rock and Roll Express 86 and her court at this time.
We have been on tour our week with the bus, and this is our final stop on the Rock and Roll Express Super Summer Sizzler Tour. Over 18,000 entries for our Miss Rock and Roll Express contest, and we're pleased to introduce the 6 young ladies who were the finalists, the court and the queen, and we'll ask them to come up. Let's all give them a round of applause. First of all, from Elberton, Georgia, Rhonda Barnes. From Bainbridge, Ohio, Sandy Montgomery. From Burgestown, Pennsylvania, Leela Pittman. From Franklinton, North Carolina, Trudy Robertson. From Charleston, West Virginia, Tanya Smithers. And please welcome with me, Miss Rock and Roll Express 1986 from Douglasville, Georgia, Dawn Cherry. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a round of applause. 1986, Miss Rock and Roll Express at her court.
Let me tell you something. Those 6 girls entered a beauty contest one time. Nobody won. Those are the ugliest cows I've ever seen in my life. But let me tell the Rock and Roll Express one thing. They've been our most persistent challengers. We're the ones that took the belts away from them. 6 months. They've fought. They have scratched. They've gouged and kicked and climbed their way to the top. They've had broken noses, broken legs, broken bones, cuts, bruises, contusions, scrapes, and sprains. And they have fought their way to the spot as #1 contenders.
Keep on coming.
And tonight in Philadelphia, we're going to thump them right back off the top and make them start at the bottom again. We're going to teach those punks a lesson once and for all.
Rock and roll is here to stay. Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson. Robert's in there.
And he's got a back brace on,
That's
yeah.
right, he does.
He's got that back brace on courtesy of the Andersons. As a matter of fact, I think the Andersons gave us a little helping hand because they set him up. They put him in just a perfect spot for us to finish him off once and for all.
Look at him. He's holding that back.
And you see the teamwork of the Rock and Roll Express, which has always been great. Besides the Midnight Express, they got the best teamwork in wrestling. Besides the Midnight Express, they're the fastest team in wrestling. Besides the Midnight Express, they can wrestle better than any team in wrestling. But we are so far ahead of them, so far on top of them, that it makes them look like 53rd place instead of 2nd place. And you saw the teamwork right there was hindered by the fact that Robert Gibson's back is hurt. He's wearing that brace, and he's not able to execute those moves that they do with such split-second timing. He's not able to execute them quite so well now.
All right, Ricky Morton whips him to the ropes.
And a double backdrop, and now Gibson was limping around a little bit. Now they're setting up If he turns around, yeah, the double drop kick. And they nailed Art Prince. Prince is the Pitts anyway. And it ain't the Midnight Express that they beat.
Winners, Robert Gibson, Ricky Morton, the Rock and Roll Express.
Ladies and gentlemen, with me now, one of the most distinguished groups in wrestling, the Four Horsemen and James J. Dillon. And Ole, I know you got something to say.
Well, I'll tell you this, everybody thought that the Four Horsemen were done. They thought that we couldn't do it again. Well, we're back on top. All Four Horsemen together, Tully, Flair, Arn, Ole, and the guy that plans the strategy, the brains behind it, J.J. Dillon. Dusty Rhodes, I made the prediction 1986 is a year that you go down, that we don't see you anymore. I guarantee that's going to come true. The chair on the leg, that's the beginning. We got another leg, 2 arms, and that big head of yours, and I guarantee, before the year is out, someplace, it might be Chicago, it might be Green Bay, it might be Minneapolis, it might be hometown, but someplace, we're going to get rid of Dusty Rhodes. Make book on it.
Well, I tell you what, what are you doing flapping that around a little bit? You know, Rick will step in here, Arn, Ole. You know, the other day, we were down at Myrtle Beach taking a little day off. We chartered a plane down there, and the Horsemen were sitting around, having maybe a little brewski, looking at a few ladies on the beach. They're at the Marlin Quay. Rick has a big condo there. And you know, Rick, we went down, bought something, didn't we?
Well, here's how it goes. You know, the Four Horsemen take a lot of pride in being first class. Aside from the fact we're the greatest wrestlers alive, we're first class. We pay a lot of respect to James J. Dillon, our leader, our pal, our manager. And out of respect to James J. Dillon, the Four Horsemen all put 10 grand in together, $40,000. And Jim Dillon, this is yours from the Four Horsemen, guys. There you go, my man. Hey.
I'll tell you, gentlemen, I wear this with pride every night when I see the World's Championship belt. I know that each and every one of us wears a small part of it, the same as Mr. Blanchard with the National Heavyweight title. Each of the Four Horsemen wears a small part of it. Diamonds are forever. The Four Horsemen are forever.
Keep in mind.
Wish we had a half an hour, but we don't. See you next week on World Championship Wrestling.